What? Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. So, peep this. Ex-football player that played at Virginia Tech just got acquitted for murdering a trans person. I don't have enough clout to be as disrespectful as I like to be, but that's coming very soon. He just got acquitted for, slaying a trans person. We're just gonna call this person a person, RIP, to them. But this person lied to my mans and said that they were a cis woman when they were actually born a boy, and didn't end up like that. Ended up, the opposite of a boy. But as an adult. And after he had received, I believe, oral sex, I think, oral sex, we'll just go with that. It was disclosed to, the ex-football player, the Virginia Tech 18-year-old football player whose life you destroyed, bro. That person was actually born with the same reproductive system organs as homie. Now, what can we learn from this? I made a video about this when the news broke, the first time. I believe it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, right? And I was saying that it should be considered, a crime, maybe even it is a sexual crime. You violated this man's rights in a sexual way. Should he have taken lethal force? I mean, I guess the law is supporting that he made a reasonable decision. I'm not saying that man deserved to die. I'm not saying that. I probably said that in that video because I was probably off the shits. I was probably drunk, but he got away with that. So now LGBTQ plus community, you see what happens, bro. You can't just play with people's sexuality. You can't force people to accept you. You can't be deceptive, and you can't lie. No exceptions. Okay, because somebody's loved one lost their life. At some point, he was somebody's son. At some point, he was somebody's grandson. At some point, he was somebody's uncle. At some point, he was somebody's sex partner. And because he was somebody's sex partner and he played with the wrong one, he's no longer with us. He's, she, them, they. That person is no longer with us. At some point, that person was a he. And that person and that mental state did not disclose that information, and there are consequences to that. When a man does something to a woman against their will in a sexual manner, you can use lethal force. Fatalities can occur. That's legal. Whether you're the person who is being victimized or you are a passerby. You feel me? So stop playing with people, with niggas. I'm gonna say it. Stop playing with niggas, man. That's important. Everybody is not on the same time as you. Everybody doesn't want to play that same game. Everybody doesn't want to think like you, or you wouldn't have to have a movement to get people to accept you. You really wouldn't be labeled or anything like that. It's different. For some people, some things are extreme. For other people, some things are the norm. And just because it's okay with you, just because you want to be open-minded, just like my mentor, Simple the Peace said, being open-minded is being open-bootied. Okay? Everybody's not open-minded, everybody's not open-bootied. And this pink-ass shirt, it's a Nipsey Hussle shirt while you're bullshitting, bro. It's a Nipsey Hussle shirt. RIP to the great. Let me take the shades off. Shout out to Santa Muerte. Okay? That's what happens. So stop playing with people. If I were to do something to a woman against their will in a sexual manner, I believe that same force that man used against that person that was destined to grow up to be a man, if that would happen to me, I would be perfect. I'm a just person. This is not my mouth. This is justice's mouth. This is the tongue of justice. speaking to you. I'm letting the spirit of justice use me right now to let you know, like, look, I got a lot of gay people in my family. Emphasis on a lot. I don't have any problems with what we used to call when I was growing back in the day, because I'm an old head, I'm an OG, I'm like 45. That we used to call it alternative lifestyle. Now that's offensive, so I don't know what them niggas call it, but if you are in that lifestyle, then you have to understand boundaries. Put that Aries in boundaries. How you spell boundaries? BOND Aries. So stop playing with people, because some people might war with you. And if you're not ready for war, and you can defend yourself and you can protect yourself, then maybe you shouldn't lie. Maybe you shouldn't be deceptive, and maybe the fact that you were born, a boy, shouldn't be neglected. You need to put that out there so people know what they're getting themselves into. If you have a little sister, do you want somebody to take advantage of your little sister with chemicals or deception or manipulation or finesse or financial abuse or anything like that? If you love anybody in your life, then don't lie to people about your born status, what you were born with reproductive organ wise, because that person is going to end up missing you and crying and reminiscing and getting a tattoo of your name with RIP, with your birthday and the day that you made that horrible mistake, on their arm or their leg or their back or their chest or maybe even their face. If you love anybody, don't put them through that pain, because we could see legally somebody has gotten away with this. So that's opening a great door for people who don't want to be manipulated and deceived. That's all it's doing. You see what happens? Do you see what happens? Has it happened to me? Never. But I could see. If it was a white man, it wouldn't have took that long. But this is he was an 18-year-old man in his prime. Physically, was going to be in his prime in about 3 years. He got his future snatched away from him because somebody wanted to lie to him and play. I don't know what was going on in that person's mind, but no disrespect. I just call everybody bro, whether it's a man or a female or both. I don't know what's going on in that person's mind, but they thought it was a good idea to be deceptive about their sexual reproductive organs, and death was the penalty. So if you don't want death to be, if you love your life, if you have any loved ones and you love them back, and you don't want them to mourn, and you don't want them to grieve, and you don't want to be taken from this earth before the appointed time, if you don't want to go to a place where you could never come back from, called the graveyard, stop lying. Stop playing. It's not funny. You don't deserve anything that you don't work for. So stop lying to these people about whether you were born a boy or a girl. It's not worth it, because this is your sign. Now, I had a person on my Facebook say, after I posted, "Why did your last relationship break up?" We had about 149,000 comments. And this person had the audacity to say, "I told him I was born a boy and he acted an ass." He acted an ass? No. He showed you mercy. He spared your life. He thought about his own life. He loved himself enough to not take your life and end up doing life. That's what he did. He didn't act an ass. If he acted an ass, then you wouldn't have been in a position to make that comment on my Facebook. That's what happened. He showed you mercy, and if you ever get rich, which I doubt you will, you need to bless him. If you make $2 million, you need to give him $1 million. Okay? He spared you. He showed you mercy. And this is the proof. Somebody lied about whether or not they were born with a vagina or a penis, and now they have neither. They're just skeleton and bones. Okay? Now, you don't want to be identified as a man or a woman? Okay. You don't have any reproductive organs now. That's what happens. And if anybody in the LGBT community feels any type of way about that, feel free to comment. I'm not going to kill myself. Feel free to comment. I'm not, like I said, with this pink ass shirt on I'm wearing. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Because I J down on people just like that weirdo Charleston White when he was, we used to rape women. Bro, I don't stand for none of that shit, bro. Sex is a very important part of life. And when you fuck it up and you PTSD and traumatize and trigger and all that goofy, if you play with people's sexuality, you're going to be playing with God. That's pretty much what it is. If you're in the LGBT community or you're whatever, straight, or you're a lesbian, or you're a bisexual, or you're a man, whatever it is, or a woman, whatever it is. You give me beer, get me drunk so I could fucking have sex with you because you know I can't do it any other way. And I last way longer. You don't think I felt violated? You don't think I felt like I got taken advantage of for months or at a time? You know how many women, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I'm not an ugly person physically. Spiritually and mentally, emotionally, I can't really vouch for that. But at the end of the day, shit, women have taken advantage of me when they know I didn't want to have sex with their motherfucking strawberry body ass. You know what I'm saying? With their bad body ass, with their ketchup packet, mustard packets, fucking ranch sauce body ass. You know what I'm saying? With their Gatorade bottle body ass. I didn't want to do it all the time, but shit, when I get in that fluid, other things might happen. I might get, I might do it like I'm used to it. But at the end of the day, stop playing with people and work on yourself. Okay? That's it. R.I.P. Peace. Oh, free that man. Free that man. I hope he has a GoFundMe. I got something for you. I got something, even if it's $1. If he has any GoFundMes to try to restart his life, because this person, I don't like to speak ill on the dead, but those were selfish acts. Those were selfish acts, and this man's life is destroyed. He was in jail. He had to spend all kind of money to prove that he's not a naturally violent, murderous killer, because you want to do something, because his African genetics kicked in, and he's gonna remember this for life. I know you don't have a life anymore, but he's going to remember this for life. And he's the real victim. There's some things worse than death, and he experienced that. Now he has to start all the way over. As a teenager, he didn't know anything. He didn't experience anything. His brain isn't even still fully developed. And you did this to him for nothing. You took whatever trauma you had out on him, and now it's over for both of y'all, seemingly. But now this is a kid. He still has hope. He still has something, and he still has his youth. He still has support. He still has life, blood, water, air, love flowing through his body to be something that you could never be. I'm not just talking to the person that gave away, that committed suicide, because that's all that was. It was just suicide. That wasn't a murder. That should be ruled a suicide on the death certificate. When you do something stupid to the police and the police shoot that person, they call it suicide by cop, right? That was suicide by deception. You killed yourself. So at the end of the day, learn from this. Learn from this. The truth shall set you free. Deception shall set you free. But you'll get a free pass to heaven. That's it. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang. You the bang. We the, not even having. Excuse me, not having to the cemetery. I'm the bang. You the bang. We the bang together. Make life is in the breath. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to homie who is going through all this trauma and all these legal situations. And I'm glad that you're free. Welcome home. Peace. Yeah.